Alrighty, guys, let's talk about this for 1 second. Now, the title of the video is pretty much Disney acquiring the X-Men. Will be insanity right now. So, why Disney acquiring the X-Men would be a bad thing? Now, we're just going to focus on the X-Men. I'm not going to talk about Fantastic Four. I got a video planned for that. That's some good things. Is right now, the Fox films has been, or the X-Men films, or, you know what, I'm going to, for now on my channel, I'm going to loosely call them the X-Men Fox universe. That's including Deadpool, Logan, and all their films. Even the New Mutants. They have been good. They have been good to great. And I'm loving the direction they're going with their films. Each film feels different. Each film feels organic. Each film doesn't feel like the same old bullshit I see all the time. You know, a big reason why a lot of people are very pissed off with this announcement, or I wouldn't say announcement, this rumor going around, is because a lot of fans do not want the X-Men to be bought out by Fox. I mean, not Disney to buy out the Fox films, because they will turn it and spin it to the Marvel films. Now, you probably say, well, they did a good job with Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man fits to the MCU. It's always fit to the MCU. Matter of fact, Kevin Feige actually stated in an interview not too long ago, he kind of built Iron Man off of what the Spider-Man films kind of did. He had his hands in the Raimi films, and he actually said the universe that the Raimi kind of built is actually the world that he influenced that. Well, pretty much his words was, the influence of the MCU was done by Spider-Man. The Raimi films, not the Amazing Spider-Man, but the Raimi films. So you take the Raimi Spider-Man, you put it in the Marvel Universe, it'll work. Like, Spider-Man can work in the context of what Marvel's doing in the MCU. They make jokes. Spider-Man makes jokes. Fits his context. Now you throw Deadpool in there, it won't work, because Deadpool jokes is hard R. Like, it goes straight in. He swears. There was a sex scene in there with Ryan Reynolds and his girl and his co-host a little bit. Freaking people getting gutted, people getting stabbed. Like, they can't do that. Now, other people has made statement and videos and saying, well, they can ship it to another studio and they'll do it. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And what Fox did, and it worked for Fox, Fox did it the right way. And you could ship it to another studio, but it may not have the same feeling again. Now, Disney might do the smart thing and not mess with it. But we do know what happened with Star Wars. You know, when they acquired Lucasfilms, they rebooted it. They rebooted it for many reasons. One, they didn't own the rights to get the 20th Century Fox films, which is weird. I don't know how that deal works, how they don't own them, which Lucas does, and they don't, but they can make reference to it, but it's some weird, these contracts are weird. But they rebooted it, because they know they'll make more money if they reboot it than to, quote-unquote, start off where, you know, well, in a way, Lucasfilm had to go anyway to reboot it and to start after what, you know, the whole, you know, empire, you know, downfall. So it pretty much Disney got at the right time to do all the stuff they're doing now. Even though I think the films are the new films are rehashing the old ones, which I really don't like, but that's another video for another day. But pretty much it wouldn't work. Just Deadpool would not work in the context of what the MCU is doing. Thor, people are like, oh, well, Thor made butthole and Uranus jokes, or penis jokes, or whatever, excuse me. I'm like, Deadpool says, fuck you. He says, suck my dick. He said, lick my balls. And he actually has sex scene, and he talks about pussy. That's not going to go well with the kids' family over there at Marvel. Because Marvel has built a fan base of a family-orientated film goers. Now you're putting Deadpool in that mix, it ain't gonna work. And people would love to see Deadpool and Spider-Man, Deadpool, Captain America. You know these crossovers will have to happen, because that's money left not on the table. And when you try to cross over with the MCU world and this, it just wouldn't work. Now, A lot of people say, oh, they'll be in a costume. Every fucking character don't need to be in a costume. And that's the problem I have with today, with the world we live in today, with the comic book fans, or the comic book movie fans, per se, is they look for everything needs to be a costume. What about the story? What about the characters? Are they the same characters from the comics? I believe not. For example, Helena. She is, spoiler alert, she is the daughter of Loki, but in Thor Ragnarok, she is the sister of of Thor and Loki. Well, half sister of Loki. She's not even related to Loki, by the way. She's actually related to Thor, and they changed that up. But no one calls bullshit on that, though. But, oh, okay, it's fine. And that's the problem with a lot of these film goers today. They don't know, they don't understand the comic book the character's history, but they're okay with the changes. And some of these changes are big changes. It's not like a small change. They're like, oh, well, it's a change that we'll overlook. It's a huge change because, again, if they went with the route, the comic book way, it would have been probably a better film. Even though Thor Ragnarok, I think, is a good film, if it wasn't connected to Marvel, it would be an amazing film. I would give it a fucking 9 out of 10. But the film is connected to Marvel, so they have to go by the laws of what Marvel's doing, and I thought the film kind of was a disappointment. I thought the first film of Thor is a little bit better than Thor Ragnarok. That's just my opinion on the matter. But this Disney acquiring is a bad move for many reasons. Number one, is this can hurt the X-Men brand going on. Because right now, the X-Men is the best, the Fox X-Men universe is the best comic book film universe today. It's doing what DC and Marvel should do, giving me films that are different. Deadpool is a dark humor satire on superheroes, making fun of what's going on in the superhero world. Logan is a Western post-apocalyptic. New Mutants is a horror. Each film is different. Each film feels different, organic. That's what I love about The Dark Knight. It doesn't feel like a comic book film. It was doing something that other films weren't doing with the comic book genre. Now you have the Marvel films. Every fucking film has to have a comedy in there. Every fucking film has to crack jokes. Every fucking film has to do these stupid one-liners that doesn't amount to nothing to the story or to these characters, to the point you say, well, that was a waste of my fucking time. Can we do something else? And it's a main reason. And then there's people talk about, oh, this is great news, and these are the people who don't know. Like, for example, like a Tyrone Madden say this is great. Now, he doesn't know too much about it, so I'm not going to really get on him. But people like at Comic Book Cast and all of them are saying this is great news, which is not. They know. They know if Disney's going to get these X-Men, they are going to reboot it. Why wouldn't they? That's money left on the table. Wolverine in his costume, I would love to see that, but they're going to reboot it in the Marvel way. And do you blame them? No, because they can make more money by rebooting it than continuing it. And rumors coming out, X-23 is having her own movie, which I want to see. But if this deal is struck, we ain't going to see it. You think they're going to make X-23 a female, a little girl like that, kill people? Disney ain't going to allow that shit. Fuck them. So no, Disney like, no, we're not doing that. What's wrong with you? So this acquisition they're trying to do, I hope it doesn't even see the light of day. And there's a lot of stuff going on with it anyway. There are a lot of people they're saying that it wouldn't work. So, just honestly don't want it to happen. So, at this point, a lot of people... let's see here. Sorry, there's a comment I want to really read before I get off here because it's a good comment. And before I leave, that's weird. Is this the same video, right? Yeah, because he had a comment on here, and I wanted to read it for you guys because I thought it was a good idea. So really, all right. Give me one damn minute, guys, so I can find it. Because this person made pretty much sum up everything I kind of stated in this video. And I want to read some of his the comment he posts. I don't know who to do this, but if I can find it, I'll get it. But anyway, I think it's a terrible idea. business wise, you know, Fox is trying to get rid of it because they're gonna make a lot more money. They are. So, all right. There's just one person made one comment right here. Here it is, and I like the comment. Here it is. So, all right, let me read it. I'm glad the deal didn't go through. I enjoyed the direction Fox is going with the X-Men universe. Fox is actually trying to be creative with their Marvel movies, and they are. Fox is being fucking creative with their films. Like I say earlier, we had a satire, superhero dark comedy, which was fantastic. Deadpool. Logan was a Western. New Mutants is a horror. Marvel has not done, the MCU, excuse me, has not done nothing like that. And they have this villain problem which they need to fucking fix. And a lot of people say, it's not always about the villains. Yeah, it's not. But if you have every film that follows the same formula, it comes to a point where people will care less about your characters. Because again, there's no weight to your movie anymore. We're just going to see a random, like it's a random episode. It's like every movie now feels like filler till Infinity War. And you don't want a film to feel like filler. You want there to be weight. You want them to be stakes. You want people to go into the theater and say, you know what, this motherfucker's going to die today. You know why? Because last film, someone else died, and we don't have that in the MCU. You know. So I'll give Thor Ragnarok. I mean, Thor Ragnarok did change some stuff for the Thor character, but it has so much comedy that, I mean, you kind of sit there as like, well, dude, like you did so much in this film, but the comedy was not, it's not mixing in with it. I'm like, it was too much. But back to this comment, and they give them each their own unique tone. I say that before. Logan, Deadpool, the upcoming New Mutants movies all have the unique tone. Great. Disney MCU movies, for the most part, are not creative at all. They are creative with their like Doctor Strange is very creative. However, if you're asking me the setup, the scenes, how they are presented, it follows the Marvel formula, or how the tone is very comedical. It's very, what's the word? For me, Ant-Man, I always call him Ant-Man Poor Man. That's what I mean. Ant-Man Poor Man Iron Man. That's what he is. When I saw Ant-Man, I was like, oh, I'm watching Ant-Man. I mean Iron Man, just small man. You know, that's what he is. So yeah, they all have the exact same tone, fun, comedic. It's gotten old, and honestly, it doesn't fit with every superhero. Exactly. For example, every superhero does not need a comedy. Like, for example, Doctor Strange did not need any comedy in that film. That should have been the first film. They should have said, you know what, let's put some comedy here, but not so much. Let's focus on this mystical world, the other dimensions, and really get into that. And I don't think they really dive too much into that. It's gotten old, and honestly, it doesn't fit every superhero. Each MCU movie should have its own unique tone that fits a hero or the movie. Not every hero needs to be fun and comedical. I said that before. This tone prevents the MCU to have good depth villains. Excuse me, there you go. Take Helena for Ragnarok, for example. Though Kate Blanchett, which she did fantastic for what she was given, put on good acting performance, her character was bland and poorly written. Now, her character wasn't bland, poorly written, but she barely did anything. She just destroyed Asgard, got more power through Asgard, and that was it. She had this cool backstory, but it's like, great, you have a backstory, but we're not going to see this to the climax of the fight. She was only there just to destroy Asgard. And again, I already stated this before, that in the comics, she's more of a badass, and she's related to Loki. Really, Loki is her daddy, but they didn't want to play up on that. Her character was bland and poorly written. She was literally just an evil villain that kills people and nothing more. Yeah, if you were looking for Maleficent, the sequel to Maleficent, Thor Ragnarok is the sequel to Maleficent. People and nothing more. MCU movies are just generic popcorn entertainment and nothing more, which is fine. They can be that, but when you have all your films like that, then people gonna call it out on it, and then when people call them out on it, it is what it is. Well, the New Mutants movie is actually more towards them staying true to the comic self rather than being unique. And these are comments what this dude said. One person said, Infinity War would change that tone. We'll see. because they said that before. Now, a lot of people have stated that the Marvel films have done films that are tone different. Now, this person will bring up Winter Soldier. Absolutely, that was in Phase 2. That was when I was like, okay, finally Marvel can do something different. Civil War. The tone for Civil War, comedic. It didn't have a lot. It still followed the same thing with Captain America. I look at Civil War as Avengers, though. I really do. I love how people say, okay, that's a Captain America. No, that's a fucking Avengers movie. Iron Man 3, no. That was comedic. Once they revealed Mandarin, no. That was just comedy at its best. Incredible Hulk, that was Phase 1. And this is before Marvel was with Disney. So, yes. Phase 1 movies had not very comedic stuff because, again, this was before Disneyland took over. But it started with Guardians. Once fans love Guardians so much, that's when we saw a shift from because a lot of people love what Winter Soldier did, and Marvel, I heard rumors Marvel was going to go more with that route with Winter Soldier. But when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, Disney saw that and said, do your films more like this. This is actually pretty cool. It fits to their context of what Disney does. And I don't know what happened at Marvel. They just shift to every movie had to follow. Ant-Man did it. Doctor Strange did it. What was the other film? Avengers: Age of Ultron. Comedic at its best. To the point Josh Whedon left because he just said he couldn't take it no more. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Even though Homecoming Spider-Man fits to the context of the comedic stuff because it's done it before. I think Spider-Man: Homecoming had the most comedic one-liners in any Spider-Man film in history. It was getting ridiculous. So, yeah, and a lot of people want to bring up X-Men Apocalypse as a failure for what Fox has done. That's one failure. Okay, one failure. Okay, and then you want to count Last Stand, X-Men Origins. I mean, that's three. That's three. Now you want to call all the X-Men movies. Now when you look at all Marvel movies, Iron Man 3 is considered to be a failure to people. I don't care how much money it made in the box office. It's considered a failure. Thor Dark of the World 2 is a failure. Iron Man 2 is considered a failure. And what was the other film? To fans, just as in the public, as fans, like not memorable. Even though it's funny, Marvel makes more reference to Iron Man 2 than Iron Man 3. That does say something, right? They know they fucked up with Iron Man 3. That's why they don't even want to break it up. That's why Shane Black would never work for Marvel again. But yeah, I just want to talk about that and address that really more so in this video. And I'm kind of going to wrap this up. But should Disney acquiring the X-Men will be insanity and be bad for business. I think I don't think it'll be good for the X-Men brand. What Fox is doing with X-Men, continue it, and I'm going to do a separate video talking more about why the Fox X-Men universe is the best superhero universe going today. If you guys have not seen the X-Men films, go watch them. Best shit ever. And the thing about the X-Men, they deal with a lot what's going on in society. Right now, what's going on in America, the X-Men are the most relatable characters to deal with what's going on in America. Politics, racism, discrimination, the uprising of the women's movement. I mean, X-Men has one of the most fantastic line of strong female characters you will ever see in comic book history. Storm, Rogue, Jubilee, Jean Grey, to the point if she doesn't, scream for Scott's name or Wolverine. Psylocke is written well in the comics. Not today. Back in the day she was. Not today. I mean, I don't know how the fuck they write Psylocke today. Emma Frost. My God, Emma Frost. But, and that's why I love the X-Men so much. You can probably hear me. I'm very passionate about the X-Men. One of my favorite properties of all time. The X-Men got me into comics with the X-Men the Animated Series. One of my favorite series of all time. Even from live action, I love that series to death. I can watch that series. I don't care how old that motherfucker is. I can watch it when it's a rainy day, sad day. I can still watch it. It's one of my favorite series of all time, and I really love how Fox is treating the X-Men. They treat them like they're first class. No pun intended to the movie. They really treat them like first class. They go to MCU, they'll be treated like second class citizens. They're not going like, oh, well, we got the X-Men now, so we don't need Captain America. No, Captain America is a blockbuster. Iron Man still makes money. Well, we don't know what's going on with Iron Man. But would I like a crossover? Absolutely. Alone they stay separate. I don't want them to even be vocally connected, like in the same universe, because the X-Men are strong enough when they have their own universe. I've never loved when they want to cross over the mutants with the superhero. It's just, to me, I've always looked at X-Men as a separate universe because it's made more money separately and it's done better separately. Same with the superheroes. I'll say this about the Civil War Act 2, or Civil War the film. The film is way better than the comics. Logan is better than the old man Logan, because the problem is they combine too much. And I'm hearing rumors they're doing another old man Logan because they say they love how Logan was handled in the film. They want to tackle that in the comics, which is perfectly fine. Anyway, guys, as always, like and subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. Sorry this video went longer than expected. I hope this really gives you an insight what I'm going through with the X-Men. You know, some people will say this is a good idea, but they're not looking at the big picture, because these characters like Deadpool and the movie films like Logan, they cannot go as far as they want because Disney does have restrictions. Yes, they can go to other studios, but let's be honest here. Disney has one thing in mind. The kids, the children, the princesses, the girls. They have to appeal to them. Deadpool and Logan do not appeal to them, and no advertisers will do that. However, advertisers like for beer commercials or stuff like that, that will go. Now, I'm not saying that Deadpool can't cross over with Spider-Man, but they got to be very restricted, and they got to be very careful with it. And again, when you're careful and you're restricted, it kind of takes away from the character. And Deadpool character, you can't really say the word fuck in no Disney movie. Disney would not put their name on that movie. Even if they would to Touchstones or any other studio, they would not put their name on it. They know this. They're smart with this. They're not going to do it. So, as always, guys, like and subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next effing video.